Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the United Star. And it's that time of the day again, and it is a time for another preview, this time for the Carabao Cup against another familiar opposition in Brighton. We just played them over the weekend and got out of jail really by winning 3-2. So, Priyan, just tell me what your initial thoughts are going into this game. It is the Cup game, it is not a Premier League game. So, do you think that will be a little different? What are your initial thoughts?
It's probably different for us because we have a lot of games coming up in the season, so we won't play with our first squad, and it'll be a makeshift squad. But as far as Brighton go, I think they'll come out in the same way. They don't have anything to lose, and these teams they focus a lot on these the cup so that they can get as far as they can. So I think it's going to be a tough game again.
I kind of agree with you. We have a lot more to sort of lose, not only on this game, but
Yeah.
also going ahead. But, Priyan, we've played Brighton after the lockdown. We've played them again just on Saturday. And now we're playing them on Wednesday. What we saw is that after lockdown, we absolutely routed them. But post that, on Saturday, Brighton looked the better team. So going into this game, do you think they've sort of figured us out and they've sort of sussed us out and we might have to bring some different tactics or some different style of play.
Yeah, I think it comes down to that. I think it just comes down to the fact that post the entire break after the season got over, all other teams that I've seen they've sort of developed, they've gone forward, and I don't think we have. We've stagnated, tactic wise, energy wise, and anything wise. We've not gone forward. We've not taken that step to get into the season with that that new sort of feeling to go and get it. We haven't done that, and I think all of the teams have. Most of the teams have, and similarly Brighton has too. I think that's why. As far as it goes, figuring out United, I think everyone has figured out United now. We love playing on the counter, so if you give us possession and just dominate us physically, I think it's very easy to get a result against United.
I kind of agree with you. In Brighton, in terms of how they've improved their squad, they've got Ben White in, who's
Yep.
an incredible defender, and also Neil Mope is looking good. Lamptey is yet going to be the main threat. So do you think Lamptey is yet going to be the main threat, or do you think one of these players? Because a lot of bantering has gone on about Neil Mope as well on social media, and he seems the kind of player who wants to give it back.
Yeah.
He takes it as much as he gives it back. We've seen that against Arsenal as well. So would you be worried about these players at all, or do you think that we can manage them?
Definitely, I'd be worried. I think what worries me more is our left channel. I think last game we were completely dominated on the left side. Aaron Van Bissaka had a disaster of a game. Solly March was just running the show. I think he had 3 attempts, 4 attempts, and I think if it was any other team with a slightly better left winger, I think we would have been 4 or 5 goals down, and that's how many chances they had. Tarek Lamptey just made the run and played the ball across, and Van Bissaka was too central, and Solly March was left free. So I think that's what Ole has to address now. We can't let either of the wings be completely free. Maybe the right wing, if Mason plays, maybe he has to track back and make sure that he marks the left winger of Brighton. I don't know. It's going to be a tough game, I think.
I kind of agree with you in this as well. And also forget if they had a better left winger on another day, all the chances that hit the post could have gone
Yeah,
in.
for
But
sure.
that is the defensive side of Priya, that is the defensive side of the game. What about the offense? Because we didn't look particularly good against the likes of Webster and Dunks, and they're big defenders. They're proper Premier League sort of your physical defenders. So do you think we will face a problem? Because in all likelihood, I expect Igalo to start this one. So, do you think that will be actually better, or how do you see it tactically playing out?
Uh, it's just we've always found it difficult to break down defenses. Yeah, I think maybe Donny Van de Beek starts. Hopefully, there's some creativity and some spark in the squad. But it's just frustrating to see United unable to break down a team which sits back and defends. I don't know. Maybe you try crossing it in more. I think if you have Igalo in the middle, maybe you put the ball in, let Igalo fight in the air. but I don't know. It's just looking very drab. I think it's very Rashford gets the ball, he waits for Luke Shaw to make the run, and he'll play it in, and that's it. Then it's just very drab. It's boring football. Nothing creative, nothing. You know, I don't know. There's no flair. It's just very boring. So they need that spark. I don't know. Maybe it's another. Either let Donny Van de Beek start. Maybe he'll prove to be the difference. But I don't know. It's going to be a tough game again.
I think everyone who's watching this can clearly understand from the tone and the the sort of hopelessness that I said in my review as well. The hopelessness. We don't feel confident going into this game at all. If this game was 3 months ago, we all would have said we'll rout Brighton. But somehow that confidence has just dissipated. But let's get into the predicted lineup for the team because for this game because like you said, Donny Van de Beek will offer something different. So we will have a few other players coming in who are probably a little fresher and players Brighton haven't played against. So, do you think that will make a difference? What do you think the 11 is going to look like?
I think I agree with what you said. I think Igalo will start. I think there'll be. I think Dan James will play on the right, and on the left. I don't know. Uh,
Jesse Lingard, maybe?
yeah, I think maybe Jesse Lingard, or I saw him playing as a midfielder also. I mean, it's probably Jesse Lingard then. I think Mata will play because he was pretty good the last cup game that we played. Um, uh, Pereira is gone, I think, to Lazio, so he's not really in. I think Fred will start. McTominay might play because Fred, although he wasn't any great when he came on, McTominay has looked good when he's come on. I think defense. I think Wan-Bissaka won't play. I think it'll be Fosu Mensah starting. I'd like to see Brandon Williams because he hasn't featured this season yet. Defense, Bai should start because it's a cup game and Ole prefers Lindelof in the team for the Premier League games. And maybe Maguire will definitely start. And I think I'd see Dean Henderson as the keeper.
Right. So you're going for a starting 11 of Henderson, Maguire, Bailly, Brandon Williams, Van Bissaka. Brandon Williams did play in the last cup game as well. So
Uh,
Brandon Williams will hold his spot down.
yeah,
And McTominay, Fred, and Van de Beek, that is the midfield I'm seeing as well.
yeah.
So then between Dan James and Mata, only one of them can play, or do you think Dan James and Mata both will play and Lingard will miss out?
No, I think Dan James then he might not play because I think Mata will definitely get the nod above Dan James because he's looked very good.
Right, right. I disagree with you there. I think it would make tactical sense to play Dan James and Lingard. So I'd put Lingard on the right, Dan James on the left to match the pace of Lamptey and Solly March because I see both of them starting. And Lingard and Dan James will be able to do a lot more tracking back and a lot more defensive work. But Mata will not be able to do that because I think Fosu Mensah and Brandon Williams both need help in terms of defensively. So I think Dan James and Lingard might start, but again, Ole loves Mata, so you never know what will happen. You might see Mata playing. But what are your predictions for the game? Do you think we'll win this one?
It's really tough to say, Prashant. It's really tough to say. I'm hoping that I mean, I don't know, just maybe grind out a result again because that's the least we can do. So I think a 2-1 United. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet. I think because our defense is not really great right now. So I think a 2-1 United, hopefully.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was going to go for a 2-1 as well. And your player to watch out for?
I'll go for Donny Van de Beek. I think he's looked good. So very promising. So hopefully, maybe he can get in a good game.
I'm going to go for Dean Henderson actually, because if the game on Saturday was anything to go by, we're going to need a big performance from our keeper because
Yeah.
it looks like Brighton have the attacking edge on Man United's defense right now. And like Lindelof, Van Bissaka, Luke Shaw might not even start, and that might even add to the problems. So I'm going for 2-1 as well with Dean Henderson to watch out for. But guys, you can clearly see like Priyan is not very hopeful about this game, and it sort of reflects the morale of the club as well. As fans, as players, as the manager, there's a lot of negativity around. We've been saying this. We're trying to point out the positives, but it's really hard. And to support this club is also really hard in these moments. But as true fans, we obviously stick together and we want the team to do well and we want the team to progress. But we also need to see a response from the players. winning that game 3-2 was not a response, and we need to see a response yet. So let's hope for the best. It is a cup game, anything can happen. If we get a good win here and take the momentum forward, we really need it as a club. It doesn't matter which players do well at this point. So let's see what happens. Thanks for joining us, Priyan. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and there's lots more content coming your way. So stay tuned.